Hey guys, it's Hard the Cards here, and we're doing an ancient gear deck profile for you guys. So you guys know this is a anime deck, mostly from GX, but there was one appearance in 5Ds
Arc 5
and
too.
5Ds, yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Main person that used it was Dr. Crowler
yes,
from who has a PhD in dueling.
yes, and who looks like a woman. But let's get right into it. First, three ancient gear statue. I know there's two out right now, but there's three. Now there's three anyway. So what this does, it is if your opponent controls more monsters than you do, you can special summon this card from your hand. You can special summon Ancient Gear statue once per turn this way. Tribute this card, special summon from hand or deck one Ancient Gear golem or one monster that mentions it except Ancient Gear statue, ignoring its summoning conditions. Then we do three Wyvern. This is a somewhat hard card to get. Somewhat like I had to like look for it for a while as Zach gave me his for a little, and then bought two for him off like a website. So then but it was hard to find. It cost like for three copies, it's like $20 ish. What this card does is this card is normal special summon. You can add one Ancient Gear card from deck to hand, except Ancient Gear Wyvern. You also cannot set cards for the rest of the turn. You can use the effect of Ancient Gear Wyvern once per turn. This card attacks your opponent cannot activate monster effects. Now for I think the only three hand traps that are monsters. I'm not sure about the rest anyway. But 2, 3 Ash. So what it says no to any deck effects basically. Then I'm using proxy for this one, but it's 2 Tanker. What this does is, if this card is normal special summon, you can special summon one Ancient Gear monster from your hand, except Ancient Gear Tanker, ignoring its summoning conditions. Or if your controls a monster, you can special summon from your graveyard instead. You can target one face-up monster you control, destroy it. Also, for the rest of the turn, all monsters you control are Ancient Gear Golem or mention it, gain 600 attack. Now, 2 Ancient Gear Box. What this does is, if this card is added from deck to graveyard to your hand, except by drawing it, add one Earth Machine type monster with 500 attack and or 500 defense from your deck to your hand, except Ancient Gear Box. Then we play 2 Ancient Gear Dark Golem. What this does is, this card names can Ancient Gear Golem on field or in graveyard. If this card normal special summon or special summon, you can add 2 cards, Ancient Gear cards, and or Gear Town from your deck to your hand, except Ancient Gear Dark Golem. Then discard one card. You can also set cards from the rest of the turn. You also can use the effect. You can only use the effect of Ancient Gear Dark Golem once per turn. If this card attacks, your opponent activates spell trap until the end of the damage step. Then we play 2 Frame. What this does is discard one card and one Ancient Gear Golem or spell trap that mentions it from your deck to hand. You can use the effect of Ancient Gear Frame one turn. If this card attacks, your opponent cannot activate spell trap card until the end of the damage step. If this card leaves its owner's field because of an opponent's card trick, you special up 3 Ancient Gear Golem or Ancient Gear Golem Ultimate Pound from hand, ignoring its summoning condition. The next effect doesn't come up much because I don't play on Ultimate Pound, but I do. Ancient Gear Dark Golem, I think you can do that. I'm not sure. One Ancient Gear Hunting Hound. It's another way to fusion summon. One Ancient Gear Commander. What this does is, I'm pretty sure you normal summon or special, and the only reason I pay one is because it has 500 attack, so there's multiple ways to search. So basically, yeah, you can set it. If you can special summon one Ancient Gear Golem from hand or graveyard, ignoring its summon condition, you can ban this card from graveyard, place one Ancient Gear continuous trap from deck to your field, and that you'll be searching their Ancient Gear duel, which I'll show you later. One Gizmek, the Tengu or whatever. Yeah, Tangu. This card normal special, take one machine monster whose attack equals its own friend from deck and place it on top deck. You can ban this card from graveyard, then target one machine monster into graveyard, attack equals its own defense, special summon it in defense position. One Ancient Gear Golem, it's a non-stable classic. Very what's the word?
Nostalgic.
Yeah, nostalgic. None of the spells. We play 3 Urgent Schedule. What this does is if your opponent controls more monsters than you do, especially some 1 level 4 and 1 level 5 or higher Earth Machine monster from deck into and defensive, but negate the effects. You cannot declare attacks this turn. You can activate this card from the field to the graveyard. You can add 1 level 10 machine monster from deck to your hand. You can only use the effect of Urgent Schedule 1 per turn. Then we play 3 Ancient Gear Fortress. During the turn, they were no more special summoned. Opponent cannot target Ancient Gear monsters you control with card effects. They cannot be destroyed by your modern card effects. The opponent can act cards effect in response to the activation of Ancient Gear cards and effects. If this card destroy in the spell and trap card zone, you special summon 1 Ancient Gear monster from hand or graveyard. Then 3 Advanced. What this does is when this card is activated, add 1 Ancient Gear strapped spell/trap from deck to hand, except Ancient Gear Advance. Once per turn, you contribute 1 monster and draw 1 card to apply this effect for the rest of the turn. Even if this card leaves the field, you can normal summon Ancient Gear Golem or level 5 or higher monster that mention it without tributing. And you cannot set cards the turn you activate this card. 3 Droplet, good for negation and stuff like that. We play 2 Lightning Storm, good for board wipe if you control no monsters. 2 Ancient Gear Fusion, good to fusion summon. 1 Catapult, I need a refresher on this. When you control no monster, target 1 face-up card you control, destroy it, and if you do, special summon 1 Ancient Gear monster from deck ignoring its summoning conditions. Banish this card from your graveyard, target 1 face-up monster, or 1 face-up card you control, destroy it, and if you do, special summon 1 Ancient Gear token. 1 Gear Town. What this does is both players can normal summon Ancient Gear monsters from with 1 less tribute. When this card is destroyed and sent to the graveyard, you can special summon 1 Ancient Gear monster from hand, deck, or graveyard. 1 Raigeki, good for like playing monsters on the field. 1 Harpies, 1 Thrust, 1 Talent, basically good to get out. And then 1 Duel. What this does, it's another way to fusion summon, I believe. You can fuse someone, yeah, it's another way to fusion summon. That's it for the main deck. Let's move on to the extra. Now onto the extra deck. 1 Ultimate Ancient Gear Golem. What this does is Ancient Gear Golem plus 2 Ancient Gear monsters. This card cannot be special summoned except by fusion summoning during the battle between attacking card and defensive pistol monster whose defense is lower than the attack of this card. Effect the difference battle damage to your opponent. If this card attacks your opponent, cannot activate a spell or trap until the end of the down step. Then we play 1 Ancient Gear Megaton Golem. What this does is 3 Ancient Gear monsters. If this card attacks, your opponent cannot activate a spell or trap until the end of the down step. If this card was used, someone uses 2 more Ancient Gear Golem and or Ancient Gear Golem Watermelon as material. It can attack up to that many times during each battle phase. We'll do 2 Chaos Ancient Gear Golem. What this does is 4 Ancient Gear monsters must be fusion, cannot be summoned by any other ways than affected by spell and traps effects. Opponent monster cannot activate the effects during the battle phase. This card can attack all monsters your opponent controls once. If this card attacks the defensive monster, inflict piercing battle damage. 2 Ancient Gear Howitzer. What this does is, unaffected by other card effects, you can inflict 1,000 damage to your opponent. You can only use the effect of Ancient Gear Howitzer 1 per turn. If this card is destroyed by battle sent to the graveyard, you can special summon 1 Ancient Gear monster from deck or in summoning conditions. 1 Superstar Slayer, the Typhon. New Zeus. 1 Dugaris, basically skip your next draw phase. It's to draw 2 cards or gains attack, stuff like that. 1 Baguska. What this does is attach 1 material from a card, destroy it. Basically it's another what?
Like Floodgate.
Yeah, another Floodgate. 2 Ancient Gear Ballista. What this does is 2 Earth Machine monster. If this card link summon, add a 1 Ancient Gear monster or 1 Gear Town from deck to hand. You can target 1 spell trap control and 1 face-up monster. Your opponent destroy that card you control. If you do, change that opponent's one to attack 2 defense to 0 until the end of the turn. 1 Nightmare Unicorn, another board wipe, I believe.
Yeah, you just return a card to the deck.
Yeah, and then 1 Phoenix, another board wipe, or kinda.
Just one spell or trap.
Yeah. 1 IP, good to get another card out on the field, and 1 Guilfort. A good way to get out another machine monster.
So what got you into Ancient Gear, if you don't mind me asking?
I think it was I just saw a deck profile look really fun, which I believe it should be. It's an OTK deck, which is really good.
Remember, guys, this was before Tempai.
Yes, it was. Stop.
What?
Yes, it was before Tempai, but Tempai's more meta.
I'm just saying it was an OTK deck before.
Yeah, it's the oldest of all the OTK decks, apart from Cyber Dragon.
Yeah, Cyber Dragon was first. This was second. But...
Yes, exactly. Thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe, and please, good rest of your day. Keep dueling.
Bye, everyone.